Hmm. So this is just gonna be a playthrough of The Last Guardian. I've already beat this game before, but I deleted my save because I wanted to go completely from scratch again. Um, Kind of just gonna be pretty simple. Might make some comments on the way, but we'll see. Oh, welcome. Let's just get started. Let me see how it looks on stream. Gonna pull it up real quick. Looks pretty good, lighting wise. I like to have my games maybe kind of on the darker side, but I know that's not the best for streaming. Mm, no. Might put it down just a little bit because I don't know how it's gonna scale with the mic. All right. So we're already in game.
Inomotu otunom isarapea. Au kunana awisi ieda kunam. 大田様かくうなぐ家たげini juga itisaf adnai teta waktu ada jirara boy otoriku iso uni yu tutti ona ananatu onis awini ada onis inarachi ada itara kyak agemasu no ano imi
Adonalukut Adarakata Aoku
Adamawi Jones Ateites Oda do Nomari Inakuna
Alright. Here we go. Let's look around here a little bit. Gosh, this game is, I don't care what anyone says, this game is gorgeous. Alright, GG. It's the end of the game. I always thought that impact was kind of strong, especially for the opening of the game. I was like, Jesus, that kid's spine could be broken.
Atazua Leta Stile Gek O Torikono
What's up, buddy? Alright, alright. We got quite a bit of food around here. Yeah. So the reason I did it about 3 or 4 times, I hope it worked. I had read somewhere that if you do an instruction enough times, the game detects that you get it, and the tutorial prompts will hopefully go away at some point. Yeah. Gosh. Ooh.
Atakena Lady So o Nizi, Arazatione, Artis New Folk Yetim Intricuno, Omo Tunan Awizi.
Gosh, man. Oh. The animations in this game. So good. Gosh, I really wish there was an option to turn off tutorials. Alright. Can I grab it?
Atatuyari, Itisakazu, Aukufo o Turikono, Areoto.
Bro, I'm trying to drop it for you, but alright, I'll throw it. Now his mood's changing a little bit. Alright.
Agata do Yatishi Sostim, O Nozi, O Tricuno, Agata Naiktu, Agotu Karagojikti Adam, Agisunimos, Uniatu.
Are you ready? Okay.
Iete Sonire, Atasis Inek Atadu I Anesakudu, Inois, Aukusnezi, O Tricuno.
Don't worry, buddy, I got you. Go again, snapping his neck. This kid should be dead. It's so cool. Alright, he seems pretty chill, pretty happy. There's like some stuff I want to talk about. I just want to find a good time to talk about them. Alright. He's got that chain on him. You having trouble there? His mask is still on. Oh my god. Getting Alright. Oh, I actually haven't heard that dialogue because I don't think I've ever like called him right after freeing him or her. Oh, there's a barrel. You're pretty close, buddy. Catch. Oh shit. My bad. My god, look at the little like facial twitches and everything. It's so good. You want it, fam? Oh shit, hey, Jojo. Oh, he said he won't it. Go. Oh, okay. Quit. Why are you following me? Oh my god. This is... Damn, I might have messed up by already feeding him because now he doesn't want to eat it by himself. Alright, stay stay right there. Alright. Alright. Are those bats up there? If I remember correctly, yeah. It's a little bit chilly here.
Attu u Anigomov o imagak ono. Iesi inotugo ye harosi onustisiazi ya no tu catnek ye tesmatic inotu karikrum awesi.
Can't get that one to go away. Such an interesting room. All right.
Atune Kamikak also boy, own Torikono, a with in Ishitsdak Italatu, Ataduia, ye wedo moe, own Torikono, ye waro.
急い急い急い
Gotta get the blood off those feathers, you know? Alright, I'm sorry, I'll be right here.
Atu Muzi, Awizi. Yurare tu, Yebare sa wo, Kuku tu, Itu Ishitsdak, own Torikono. O tu Q review cruise, Ora tu, Atadue, Anoyasti.
Sorry, pal. Oh shit. Damn, he just ate shit. Oh my god, I can't get this one to go away. Alright, whatever. Is there really nothing? There's nothing? Nope. If they could patch the game one more time, that's all I'd ask for. Trying to go? What's up, dude? Alright, let's go, come on. No, don't sit down. Let's go.
Atatui, Ono Bumaka, Onira Kabeta, Ramiezi, Otrikuno, Yetarastezi, Ono Dak, Ahinoro Kuinuzi.
The water's fine. This always reminds me of that scene from The Iron Giant.
E aí? Ide?
Man. Alrighty. Oh my gosh. I swear that the tutorials are the only thing that like are just about this game for me. That's all it takes is some food, baby. Come on. Man. That's another thing. This game was like being designed when physics engines and kind of doing quirky little things with physics was still kind of cool. And I'm such a nerd for like physics in video games. I'm trying to let go, dude. Boy, yeah. Hello? Bro. I'm back. What an asshole. He's just gonna go without me. Ah, I see. Nice. Stop. No, stop. Go over there. No, 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 no. Not over there. Not that way. No, 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 no. This way, this way. Nope. Nope. Come on. Come here, dude. Alright, he's probably close enough. Come on, come on. I like how these leaves look like folded paper. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh. Oh, now he comes back quickly, huh? Mm-hmm. That's what I thought. Is the baby crying around here? That's a yes. Yikes. Oh, it's very sad. SMH. I hope the baby feels better soon. Can I go in there? That's a yes. Alright.
Ia darase bo yaku tu yuli ia nozu yarote au yuku ya akaste yata.
Now we're gonna be the assholes leaving him behind.
Aratizi, Otetara Lastuzi, Aracastacaro, Inokia, Ataduro Kutuzi, Yano Mot Katunek, Aokuzi.
'm a cinematic FPS.
Aunari, Aututu, Keon no Nita, Agokuzi, Adutu Kuno, Otaze.
Man. In my Dark Souls playthrough, I was talking about how the difficulty of From Software games is kind of designed to make something feel like an adventure, a challenging adventure. And I feel like this game is a good example of a game that isn't difficult, but still does so much to capture an adventurous sense. And everything about this game is just so... One of the things I like is, so this is like our first time outside, and I love all the colors are a little bit muted. Oh, it's cool, lizard. All the colors are a little bit muted, but like once you're out in like lush green, they crank up the bloom, and like it's really like your eyes are adjusting to the light, and it's like you're just not used to how bright it is out here, and it just feels so good. And really, like, obviously, even though it's only small little tufts of green compared to everything that we've been dealing with for the most part, you get a little bit of it where Trico is in the beginning, but for most of it it's like just really dark, so these outside moments always feel kind of nice to get into. And I like how the first thing that happens is that I say he, but I actually do think this Trico's a she, or I don't know. At the very least, we can't really tell. So I'll just stick to they them for Trico. But even now, like every time Trico looks up at this structure, it gets kind of aggressive. What should I call you, Trico? And it's already kind of, I mean, it's definitely foreshadowing, but it also is giving you a goal, because you want to know why is Trico so aggressive to this thing. Oh God. Also, just so much of the sound design is just great. I haven't mentioned much about it, but like, yeah, the sound of the like bare footsteps on cobblestone. One thing I really love about this game, and just in general, one of the reasons I really enjoy playing with a controller is vibration. I feel like vibration is such an underrated like control element. I think it's games like this that remind me of why I like it so much. So earlier in a cutscene, Trico kind of nudges you, and when Trico nudges you, the controller vibrates. But what's really cool is when the main character was like blinked out, my controller vibrated in the same way, which like is almost like while I was sleeping, Trico was nudging at me. And I don't know, I just like the idea of like, even though you're knocked out and the screen's black, you're still getting some feedback from the game and like something's still happening to keep you kind of thinking about it and feeling it, you know? And just in general, like obviously I can't really, it's difficult to relay this, but like when you jump, you have like such a minor vibration, and then when you land, there's like a little minor vibration, and it just reinforces the kind of visual language, like the way the kid jumps is, just in general, the movement is a bit clunky, but I think that really works to the game's advantage, personally. I feel like this game got a lot of flack for its movement, and don't get me wrong, it's definitely not perfect. Your character essentially has 3 speeds, but only 2 are associated with the analog. So you have this speed, which is, this will get you for most of the analog movement, like from very close to pretty far. It's not until you're like cranking it up all the way that your kid is going full sprint, when I think there should have been a level, like, I feel like if the analog was analog, had more, is it continuous control and not discrete, because as it is, it has these 2 levels of movement associated with a full analog, which I think is kind of a waste. The only other speed, which is kind of the middle speed I'm looking for, is to crouch walk. Crouch walking is a little bit faster, but obviously looks a little goofy, and I feel like it's only supposed to be used on like certain occasions, so I don't use it when I'm trying to get around. In general though, it's not like the like level design of this game really requires minute analog control. A lot of it I think is imprecise, and I don't think they had this movement system and then they retroactively decided, alright, well, let's make sure these levels account for that. I definitely think, at least for me, I get the feeling that it just already works well together, that you're not supposed to be thinking too much. It's not that you shouldn't be thinking about the movement too much, but that you should just be feeling it. That you're obviously supposed to like be conscious of how you're moving and how that feels, but that's it. It doesn't, the game is not interested in kind of it's so interesting because I want to argue that something like Death Stranding, where it wants you to focus so much on the movement, kind of stems from games like this, where the movement, the mechanics are in the movement. I feel kind of stem for this, despite this game kind of, I would argue, doing the opposite, where it's kind of minimizing the importance of minute detail, but at the same time it's still getting a very strong effect of like how you're moving in the world. I'll have to think about that a little bit more though, but we can get going. Yeah, I think this game is still quite gorgeous. Some of the textures might seem a bit last gen, I guess. But personally, I love the animation. It's absolutely gorgeous, and just look at that. I don't know. For me, I get like a good sense of how all the movement feels, and I think it's one thing for a game to look realistic, to look like a character is really experiencing all that, and another for the player to feel that. I think oftentimes like games that get kind of praised for their animation, it's I guess it sounds silly to say it's only for the visuals, because I mean it is animation, it is about how it looks, but I think in video games good animation is is more about how that animation feels rather than just the way it looks. I would argue that something... Oh god. I would say something that, like, Uncharted, Drake might do minor movements. Perfect example. Like that movement I just did, like, because of the weight, like, to get the character to do that, you have to be, like, pushing forward and then, like, quickly, like, move your analog back and, like... Is it... Me. Like, yeah, it almost feels like you have to... Your analog finger has to yank in the same way it looks like this character is being yanked, and when you want to run, you have to, like, push your analog... Sorry. You have to push the analog all the way to really get the momentum out there. It's just things like that where I think this game really captures the feel of the animation, and there's other games that the characters are obviously moving, but and visually the weight might be there, but there's just so many other ways it's not. I think if I could choose one word that kind of encapsulates the Team Ico games, Ico, Shadow of the Colossus, and this one, it would be weight. And I think weight is... People talk about weight usually only, like, in a negative sense, where things are floaty, where, like, there's, like, a lack of weight. I think this game might be kind of one of the more extreme opposites, where the weight is really, it's really strong, and for me it amplifies my presence in the game. It absolutely increases, like, the level of immersion that I feel. What's up? Yeah, that's why for me, more than even this goofy ass camera right now, the tutorial prompts, they really just marred this experience a little bit. It gets better, I guess, but I don't know. I always kind of feel like if they could have patched that out, it would have been so much better. There's a couple other things I wanted to talk about. Come here. Goofy ass. Alright, get out. Oh. Like, there's, in my opinion, not very many games that really... Oh, like, this game just does such a great job of making you feel a part of, like... Even though the amount of actually... Despite having a pretty good physics engine, the amount of physical things you can actually mess with, like, you can't touch this rubble or anything like that, or you can't move it. Despite all that, it manages to feel like one of the more lived in, more interactive spaces that I've played. Which, you know, everyone has their preferences and what they like about games, and I don't know, for me that just, that's what I look for. I love that shit. Where you at? Come up here. I'm here. Nice. I also feel like, I don't know. I feel like so many people, somehow the barrel survived. I'm a fan of kind of interesting control schemes, or I guess different control schemes than what people are used to. Then not just what people, like even what I'm used to. I'm used to, and you know, this game still has left analog stick to move, right analog stick to move the camera. One thing I really like about this game is the de-emphasis on full control. So I think in most games, like, you are constantly adjusting the right camera, or you're adjusting the right analog stick to fix the camera, and you're always focused on your movement. In this game, you really don't have to. And the moment I realized that, the game became so much better. Because, like, for example, if I want to go through these pillars, this is without controlling the camera. This is what happens. Like, you're seeing a lot of little correction to kind of get it going. I'm not moving anything. This is all the game zone doing. And it's obviously not perfect, but then when you try to take control of it yourself and try to do those kind of movements, what do you get? Your character might be a bit more centered. I don't think you're gaining much from it. And it's just kind of, again, you just have to think a bit more about it, and I think the game is really... Are you alright, dude? What the fuck? What are you doing? That's weird. Oh, is he looking for me? Because I was running through there? No? What would you... What's going on? Want me to go through the hole? No, you can't go through here. Also, welcome. Oop. Yikes. That said, yeah, the camera can get a little goofy, like now, when you're in pretty tight spaces. What the... Oh, my guy. Oh, shit. Chill. Be closer. This is another thing I love that the game does. Bro, what the fuck is your problem? These little, like, blue glyphs on the floor, they might have some meaning, but I think just mechanically they work well to kind of guide you to places that you can climb and places you should climb. And just look at those bricks. Like, I've seen people maybe not get stuck, but kind of have trouble figuring out where to go, and I just don't get it, because I feel like, because like the visual language of the game is pretty simple, like, look at that, like I feel like it's just telling you these bricks look a little different. I don't know, to me at least I don't think it's very challenging, and not that that's a problem. I actually think that's great. Like, yeah. He's already telling me where to go. Oh, sorry. Trico's already telling me where to go. They are already trying to tell me where to go. That's what I thought. I also kind of wish that the game I'm a bit unsure about how I feel about the narration. I kind of wish it didn't have it. But like generally I don't think wow. I generally don't like narration in games, especially from presumably an older version of the protagonist, because it just I kind of feel like it was a bit tacked on. Like this game handles it okay, but I still kind of get the impression that it I feel like the game was fully playable and worked well without it. But maybe they wanted to be able to give people hints. Even though I mean in the best sense, I do believe this is like a casual game. That like the de-emphasis on careful movement and the tutorial prompts and the narrative hints, they're all just trying to make sure that everyone can play this game, which is fine. I think that's great. I do think it kind of comes at the cost of oh, jump up here, dude. I think it comes at the cost of immersion a little bit, always having those prompts up. If they were just smaller, just a little smaller, didn't have a big old prompt and everything. Except, again, I think at that point they'd be much less useful, because if they're supposed to be... I really think this could be someone's first game. I think it's mechanically simple enough and sound enough, and this is like, I think, a great first game experience for people who maybe have, for just people who don't have any kind of pretensions of what they think a game should be. I think this is just absolutely amazing to kind of show to someone who doesn't have that experience personally, because I think it's so simple. Because I know I've talked to many people who aren't, particularly like into gaming, and they're always talking about how the difficulty of kind of movement and camera control, those are the things that are just like killers for so many people. And usually a lot of games, they do have kind of a requirement for how much one needs to know about games, or some expectation. GG. But I think this game works perfectly fine without it, and I like those kinds of games. Not every game has to be like that, of course. I actually feel like some games... Hold up. I know there's something in there. There's something else in here, isn't there? Maybe. Not that this game is made any worse by having played other games. I also think quite the contrary. When you compare this to other games, I think it's doing something so unique. I don't need to talk about Death Stranding, but because I kind of want to a little bit. Actually, hold up. We'll enjoy this section here. I said, the nature in this game, man, sublime, sublime nature. Let's not even get started on the just technical achievement of Toriko. Yeah, what I was gonna say about, I guess what's interesting about Death Stranding is I think it tries a bit too hard to, if one of the points the game makes is that you don't need crazy epic shooter mechanics, I think the game does a bit too much to try to like convince us of that. Instead of trying to do its own thing, hold up, give me 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Oh, shit. Give me 1 second. Gotta change the setting. There we go. Alright. Oh, back on? Okay. Hello. So, I feel like the game is trying to say that, you know, traditional Western shooter mechanics is not the only way to make a game. I still feel it tries a bit, it's still within that mold to some degree, to a big degree, it's not a small degree, that it kind of still feels like one of those. Whereas I think there's so many other games, I guess you could describe this like as a puzzle game, except I think this game fits the moniker of you know, a third-person action-adventure game as any other one by that same genre. I think it still meets those requirements. So, and yet this game feels completely different from most, you know, games that we would describe in that way. Well, it didn't completely break. You alright there, bro? Probably like... Chica's like, bro, you're so strong for that one. I couldn't do it. Oh. Yeah, alright. I think I'm like almost certain I missed a damn... Yeah. I think he was barking over there. I also like these little moments of bloom. Mud more. Oh. Wait, is there something there? Right. See, that's nice too. It's just like it's telling you how to. Like, again, if the tutorial prompts just weren't there, it'd be a lot more graceful, you know? Might have overshot it, right? Yeah. Man, I remember I wrote a review about this on my video game Tumblr, and kind of want to reread it. I'm pretty sure I still stick with a lot of what I said, but I feel like I just have like there's just better language to convey it that I'm probably more aware of now. I think because this game came out about was it 2016, 2017? So rip. I'll just let him do it. He can do it. Come on, buddy. You can do it. Bro. Idiot. Alright, come on. Move. I got you. Come on. Yeah. My frames.
Atie te mo inaki nan, Otori Kumo.
Oof, I'm hurt. Nice. What's wrong, bro? Chill. Hey, I'm gonna make it. Ooh. No. Oh, shit. I also like these screens where you just gotta press a bunch of buttons. Yeah, I haven't even talked about what we look like. My shoulder hurts now, actually.
Toriko.
I think it's because of the weather. Cold weather's kind of messing with my shoulder. We had some tattoos, I think, when we started, but now we got more.
Ateye Tanakyan, Agui Magak, Ateye Tum, Ahinoro Kuinozi, Agati Goma.
Wake up, bro. Wake up. Just punch him in his throat. I'm sorry, bro. I love you. Every time a game goes into this mode, I always think of it as like Batman Vision, because I feel like the Batman games were the first one to really try to do all this shit.
Akari Etizi, Oisonichi, Ai Oroi, Onozi, Awizi.
This motherfucking music, though. This music, though. Mm. I'm gonna go ahead and change the... crank that music a little bit higher. Oh, that didn't work. Fuck you. I do want to get caught by that real quick. That music. Yeah, fuck them up. It's because they can't even do anything. Yeah.
アティエティスニューフォーネジオトゥオーロオートリコーアティアジックイノートゥークヤノーケティアストゥオートリコーノアウィゼ
Chill. Calm down. Thank you, Trico. Come here. You see, it's like this room, like, obviously the blue glyphs are to be like, hey, jump onto these things and come. It's so simple, like, I don't know. I just, like, remember seeing videos of people getting stuck, and, like, there was all of this little visual cues. Like, it's, everyone likes to say the game, like, holds their hand, but then, like, they get lost or they get stuck. And it's like, obviously it doesn't. Look at Trico. But go. Go. I'm trying to help you. No, you idiot. Don't do it. Don't do it. Ugh, time for probably one of the best spots in the game. Let's not hog the view to ourselves, though. I'm up here, buddy. Almost looks like Trico's smirking a little bit. It's great. Come here.
Striker! Yetta! Hello!
You don't get it. This is. I remember the first time playing this game. Whoa. I've never seen him Trico's never perched up on this thing from you before. Look at his eyes, they're kind of squinting. Because I'm petting him. Is that where we were? Just look at that. It's so, oh my gosh. It's outstanding. I think I'm gonna end the stream here, so I'm just gonna relax at this spot for a little bit. I don't think I ever really pet him here. They really like that one. Look at them. They just vibing out. Oh, I'm sorry. It's moments like this, I think, where the game just really, really shines.
Atietis new folk inezi, otu oroi, otrikono. Atiajik inotuku, yanoketi astu, agtrikono awizi.
Yeah, you can meditate to get hints. Ooh. A little detail I want to point out, because I actually didn't notice it the first time, but like, look at this. The little thing that you're on moves. Like, And it even, like, it gives a little push when you jump off it. So little shit like that. That's amazing. Trico? He's gonna leave me here? He's like, let's go, come on, I'm ready. Alright. And on that note, gonna end the stream. Probably, I mean, the game isn't very long, so I'll probably get through it. And, shoot, there's 2 topics I didn't get to. I might stream later today, I don't know. But, I'll write them down. Alright, let's get some rest.